Hi, that's Anne-Laure. I am back from my first Urban Sketchers Symposium. It was in Manchester, in England, and it was such an amazing experience I would like to share with you. It was so great to meet all these sketchers. Some I already knew.
Bonjour.
Some I didn't knew, but they became such amazing friends. It was wonderful to spend so much time sketching again, and I never tire of this, you know. And discovering Manchester was really great too, despite the weather, and the architecture and the city was really great. So it's really, it has really been a really great experience. I want to share it with you. I hope this video will be really great for those who came to the symposium, to bring some great memories and to have a glimpse into some workshop maybe you didn't attend, or to see some sketchers, urban sketchers sketching in their sketchbook. And I really hope too this video can be a great way for me, for us, to share, to bring the symposium, you know, to all of you who didn't have the chance to attend. And I really hope you will like to watch this video, and it was maybe an occasion for you, an opportunity to live a bit of the symposium with us. So I really hope all of you will like it. So here is my sketchbook for the symposium. That's the biggest sketchbook I ever done. It's really impressive. So if you want to, let's browse it, live through this sketchbook, and I'm going to tell you my symposium, this amazing sketching adventure. So here it is, my big book from the symposium. In fact, I wanted to bring several sorts of paper to sketch on. Watercolor paper, two sorts of watercolor paper. So this is Canson Montval, and I brought two arch watercolor paper. I wanted to be able to sketch on some toned paper too, so I bring this one. And I wanted a sketchbook for ink sketch, especially for Veronica Lawler workshop. So I brought this Dalarone sketchbook too. So at the end, I bound all this in the sketchbook. So as usual, I work on a separate piece of sketchbook, a separate signature, and then at the end I bound it all together to create the book. For the cover, I wasn't sure I could create. I didn't have any idea at first, and then I was thinking that I had this black cardboard all around, and I decided to make this design, which is a symposium logo, and I think it works pretty well, so I'm happy with it. So let's start to browse it. This is the only sketch I made from a photo at home, because I didn't have any cover, so it was great to make a last sketch from Manchester yesterday, and so I added the title with some brush lettering. It was fun to realize that the shape of the street lamp could help me to write the H of Manchester. So it was a bit of a fun thing. And this masking tape, this washi tape, I bought it just before leaving, and it became a sort of a recurrent thing in my sketchbook. And it's great because we went in a tea room, and they had some diamond on the wall. So it's a great recall, souvenir, memories of this place too. So the first afternoon was a big sketch crawl with sketchers everywhere, and in an amazing place in Castlefield in Manchester. There was the river and the boats and this impressive architecture because of its diversity with all the brickworks and this huge glass big tower. So it was pretty much amazing. I wasn't really happy with this first sketch. In fact, I don't like the house. I think it's a bit childish, and but there are some effects I like. That's the bleeding here, or some dry brush effect there, and maybe the minimalistic approach of some of the area with a lot of white. I like that, and but it was good to start, as a warm up for the symposium. So I liked to add some visiting cards from the sketchers I met on my sketchbook. I think it's a good addition to the design, and so I was thinking that the card of Marion was great, with the atmosphere, with the flowers and the plants and all this amazing place. Then I went to another place, not really far, with this impressive church, which is not a church anymore now, I think. Once again, I am not really happy with the tower, which could have been the main focus on the sketch, but I think it's a bit overworked. But there are some great watercolor effects too in it, the bleeding. And maybe my favorite parts are the two bridges, and that's why I called this sketch Between the Bridges. Because the bridges are really an important thing in Manchester, maybe the most important thing for me. So all the view was maybe between two bridges. So great afternoon. The weather was pretty great. So it was a good start, and then it has been worse. But let's don't talk about that. So really a great afternoon. So this was my sketches for the first morning of the symposium, the early birds meeting with some other sketchers. I did this quickie first, waiting for the instructor in front of the hotel, waiting for Marc, Taro, Holmes, and so on to sketch with them. It was really quick, just an impression of the bridges again and this modern building. But I like how it turned out, just simple, just an idea of the shapes, of the colors, and all these watercolor effects. And then later in the morning with Marc and so on, I did this sketch of a building not far from the School of Art.
Bonjour.
Your French is really improving.
Is that good? Moi, cinéma anglais. Désolé.
Stop while you're ahead. Do you understand it?
I'm getting better and better at that, yes. And reading, getting better and better reading.
Oh wow, okay.
Just from, websites, right? Reading the news.
You don't hit Google Translate.
Well, I will.
Right.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I will. Especially if it's illegal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Seems to be a little weird. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going? This one's a nice measurable subject, containable subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Anne-Laure here in the purple. This is my friend Anne-Laure.
And this building has some sort of maybe copper roof or something, so it was interesting to use my turquoise as a complementary color with bricks color. I think I used a lot of transparent red oxide and red madder red for this building, and also a lot of quinacridone gold to give some colors variations and to have a sense of warmth, you know, in my sketches. So here is the first morning, and with a card of Urban Sketchers from Hong Kong, of course. So my first workshop was with Marion Rivolier. She's French like me.
I don't hear you.
Yeah. Yes.
So you understand that when you play with cool and warm, you have some volume and some space, more space.
And I really, really love her work, so I wanted to know more about it and to learn from her. It was a really, really great workshop, and I didn't think she was working so much about the color, the choice of colors. So it was really a discovery for me and really interesting. So here is the handout from the workshop with a lot of illustrations and color charts. First, she asked us to make a sketch. So they are really simple sketch, just an impression of the area, the bridges again, the big tower, the modern building, an old tower here. So first using warm color, one light, one medium, one darker. Then we use cool colors. So the sketches are really, really bad, but you know, the workshop is called Paints Like Nobody's Watching, so you are not supposed to watch it, so don't look at it, please. Thank you, the motorbike. And then we associated the warm and the cool colors to create this sketch, but without strong values, only middle values with alternating a cool color, warm color, a cool colors. But we saw that alternate the cool and warm gave a sense of space and of depth, so it was really interesting. And for the last exercise, we worked on value, adding some darks, really strong darks, and lighter washes too.
And when you play with the light and the shadow, with the light and the dark, but warm and cool, you obtain more volume and more depth. Okay?
This was a really great way to learn about value and colors and give depth to the environment. And thanks to that, we tried to make a bit of a more serious sketch of the environment, a bigger one, using two light colors, one warm and one cool, one bright colors, I choose this bright orange, and two dark colors, once again, one cool and one warm. Sorry. So I really like this sketch. I think there is a bit of Marion Rivolier style in it. I don't want to copy her style, of course, but it was the purpose of the workshop, you know, to try to understand how the artist paint, sketch, how we could achieve some of the effects, some of the approach they make. So I'm really happy with it. It was really interesting to work with her. Then we made another sketch of the scene, but with a freer approach. I tried to imply some of my, you know, juicy effects in it, but I think this one is a bit messy. Maybe I was really tired, and we were freezing under these bridges. So this, my favorite is the other one. But it was great too to try to mix it up, and so I added the Marion Rivolier card in this page. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you for the next video.